Hey, this is Damien with HTC Online, and today we're going to take a look at the HTC One. Yes, the HTC One, the phone that everyone has been talking about, maybe one of the arguably the most popular phones that are out there right now. We're going to talk about whether you should buy the HTC One or if you should just leave it sitting on the shelf, or maybe go with something else like the Galaxy S4. So as far as specs are concerned, the HTC One is packing all of the latest features that you could want in a modern smartphone. 1080p display, 1080p video capture, 4 ultra pixel camera, great low level light performance, dual speakers using the Beats audio enhancement. HTC is labeling that as boom sound, and also running a 1.7 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor, which is a quad core processor. And that's great. Specs always look good on paper, but how does this thing perform in real life? Well, I can tell you first things first, the HTC One is a performer. There is absolutely no lag with this device. I know we've said that before, but with the HTC One, we really mean it. There is no lag with the HTC One. I've used this thing day in, day out, and I've had it since around launch day. I have never observed any type of lag, period. Even if you have multiple apps running in the background, you won't, everything runs smooth, dead smooth. This is all almost iPhone level. I will say it is iPhone level. That's the only other device that I can think of that's as smooth all the time as the HTC One. And this is an excellent achievement for HTC, as some of the software with HTC Sense on it in the past has been kind of laggy. As far as build quality is concerned, HTC also scored an A+. The HTC One is hands down the best built device that's available currently. This is including also the iPhone. I hate to use the iPhone, but Apple does so many things right as far as hardware is concerned, and HTC definitely beat even them with the HTC One. The HTC One runs a version of Sense, and Sense is an overlay that HTC places on all of its Android devices, unless it's been a Nexus device, which has only happened, a long time ago. But this is, if you don't like Sense based on past experiences with it, I would give it another chance with the HTC One. This is the lightest version of Sense, and aside from a few features and maybe a couple different ways that you may perform an objective, it's pretty much as close to stock Android as you can get. I really do think that blink feed, which is kind of like an RSS feed on your home screen, which kind of stays to the side and is also removable if you would like to. I think the HTC Sense is actually pretty nice. Now, there are some things that kind of irk me. The way that you place an app on the device. What HTC does is they include things that you place like the bottom app dock. Those technically are to HTC the same as being inside the app drawer. So when you go to the app drawer, it's a little confusing because certain apps won't be there, even though you know that you have those apps. That's because they're in your dock. It's also kind of confusing how HTC does wallpapers. Instead of holding down with the long press on your home screen and then choosing to add a wallpaper or in the app drawer, you have to go into the settings and select personalize, and there you'll find the option to change your wallpapers and the different methods that you can use in order to be able to change them. Another thing with HTC Sense that you have to kind of get used to is adding widgets. Now, you do long press on the home screen as usual, and most even overlays for Android and including stock Android. You long press on the home screen and it brings up your widget menus. Now, this is a little bit different as far as it looks, but the same functionality. From there, you can just pick your apps and then your widgets, and decide which screen you're going to place those widgets on. Pretty simple, pretty straight to the point, just a little different in the method of doing it using HTC Sense. Overall, Sense takes a little time to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy and straightforward. Music on the HTC One is ridiculously good. Those dual speakers using the Beats enhancement are wonderful. Some of the best quality music that you will ever witness in a mobile device. And not just music, sound in general sounds really, really, really good on the HTC One. It almost surprised me when I got my first phone call and the ringer went off. It was like, wow, imagine how your phone sounds when you get a phone call. And then imagine if you had a surround sound system connected to your device. Maybe not that good, but really close. If you're into any type of music or anything having to do with audio, you really want to consider the HTC One. You can't really describe it in words. You have to kind of go and hear it, and not in a loud environment. You have to hear it in a regular everyday environment. I mean, this thing sounds awesome, and it really does impact your feeling about the HTC One in a good way. Also, audio coming into the HTC One sounds pretty doggone good. This is perfect because it leads us into the next portion of this review, and that's the camera. The camera on the HTC One is another high point for HTC. This camera is awesome. So far, HTC has been doing excellent when it comes to this HTC One in this review, and that really does reflect how your actual usage with the HTC One is. I've even showed the HTC One to people who were saying, hey, I'm not really a big HTC phone fan, and they kind of fell in love with the HTC One. Even some of those people who bought Samsung Galaxy S4s. There's just something about the quality of this phone, the camera, the sound. It's everything. It's the whole entire package that leaves you feeling, hey, this is a quality device. The camera is awesome. It's great in daylight, even though, you know, some people have said that the S4 is better in daylight. I may be able to give that to them. It takes awesome pictures in daylight, but where this camera really performs well in is in low light conditions. Not completely dark, but as close to dark as you can get. There really is a major difference and the quality of pictures that the HTC One can take in low level lights compared to other mobile devices. It's night and day. I've had instances where everyone was shooting around me and the picture quality, the video quality in low level light is amazing. It's amazing. You have to see it for yourself. HTC also has a feature called Zoe, where it takes kind of video like captures, but they're very quick, just a couple of seconds, and they kind of mesh them all together, as you can see, and they're pretty awesome, especially with the gallery that they provide. It kind of takes all of your pictures that came from the same event and meshes them together with some music and some special effects that you're able to choose, and it really is a great quality. Now, you won't be able to kind of share those the same as you will be able to share them if someone was just looking at your phone. You know, getting them off your phone is a little bit more difficult than just sharing them that way. But either way, when you see people and you want to show them on your phone, this is really something that blows people away. So, getting to the point of this whole review, still hate calling it a review, an overview of the HTC One. Should you buy an HTC One? If you're into music, you definitely should buy a HTC One. If you're into photography and taking a good picture, and maybe you hit the clubs a lot, or you hit the party scene, maybe you're a night owl, maybe you do a lot of things where they're inside events, you'll really love the HTC One. If you like a smooth device, you will love the HTC One. I would say there's less people who would be unhappy with the HTC One than there are people who would be happy with an HTC One. And I'm definitely looking at you people who say you are not HTC fans. This phone is awesome. Here's a quick lineup of all the HTC One, the HTC Evo 4G LTE, which was a version of the One X, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, and of course the Nexus 4. The HTC One just feels so much like great quality. You can, even when compared to other devices such as the Nexus, which is another well-made device, it's just a beautiful, well-made device, and that's inside and outside. It feels that way when you touch it. It feels that way when you're scrolling through the menus. It's just a really nice device. You should definitely buy the HTC One, point blank. The HTC One is an awesome device, guys. You really owe it to yourself to try it out. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I really like when you guys give me the thumbs up. It really helps me out, keeps me going. Definitely, if you have not subscribed to the channel and you enjoy any of the videos, the only thing that I ask is that you subscribe so that you're up to date when new videos come out. I kind of put them out on a sporadic basis. Definitely, like I said before, give me a thumbs up. I do contests from time to time. There's a contest on HTConline.com going on right now. All we ask is for the 11th comment. You get a free case, or no, I'm sorry, actually it's a free $10 Google Play Store certificate. So until next time, my name is Damien. This has been HTC Online, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.